Hey, we're back for the second stream of this, and we are just figuring out what contract we want to work on. And it's probably going to be this low resolution ScanSat of Kerbal. And we also have one for the moon, but we probably will need to make another satellite network for the moon for that one. So still looking at R&D because we do have some stuff left over. And honestly, what I really want to do is I kind of want to advance electrics, just because, yeah, it's 160, but it's the extendable solar panels help so much with satellite construction, just because A, they don't look as bad, they look more like cool satellites. Yeah, so also there's new science and stuff that we can do here, but notably it's just that having those solar panels and not relying on the surface mounted ones helps a lot. So yeah. So I'm gonna save my science for that. And it's 4.6. Okay. If we need to take some advances, are there any cheap ones? Because we could upgrade and get those now for the ScanSat or the satellite, but we don't actually have that much money. During material study experiments in Kerbal. Okay, that's a bunch of very specific one. Kick off space tourism. Alright, so this one requires us to essentially go to orbit and then unload. That's a bit more difficult. Complete surface surveys. Yeah, none of these are super easy. Just because, like, a lot of the perform experiments is just we don't have wheels for, like, the ones around KSP. Yeah. Okay, so you know what? We're just gonna live dangerously. And actually, let's build most of the satellite first. Well, let's see what the satellite costs. Because if we can just like do this in one launch, it shouldn't be an issue. Do. Okay, so if we load one of our past ones, probably the closest one to this one is probably just one of our... Oh, these were only 25. Okay, for some reason I thought they were 50,000, so we have more than enough to just go ahead and upgrade to R&D Mark II, which lets us get a bunch of new stuff. Notably, other things that we can get is heat management, which we don't need, precision engineering, which we'll get once we actually have the stuff. I did mean to look at a few mods I was missing, but oh well. We won't worry about that. Specialty construction we don't really need. Advanced fuel systems, again, we don't really need. But all we want is advanced electrics for the better. Hey there, how's it going? Okay, slowly getting all of our buildings upgraded. Come on. Load. Load. Okay, so we just want to make a new one, and we will need a name for this probe. And this is another one where the body of this probe, we're probably going to just make it its own kind of like stage, because we will eventually want to... Oh, that is not the size of the thing I want. We will want to eventually like tweak the orbit sometimes, and eventually we will probably, once we're done scanning the planet, deorbit this thing. So it's not even going to be up there forever. Okay, so a we need our Kerbal engineering system as usual. And as usual, I will also stick this just right in here because we don't need to see that because it looks kind of ugly. But this is our main thing. It is the ScanSat altimeter. Oh, do we get like the very small engines? Like we probably don't need this size of tank, but that's fine. We don't like have actual like good satellite engines. One thing I think I find nice is you kind of have two of these when you're trying to line up these ones that are center. And you just kind of like go until they're roughly the same spot. And then you just change it to one. And this is the scan thing. It'll, oops, extend like this. And this is what's gonna map the planet for us. And we don't actually need you to be up. So, what else do we need? Oh, we need communications. This communitron is all we need. We don't need the larger dish because we are just right next to Kerbin. Anyway, most of these will be relying on local stuff anyway. We don't, like, part of the point of us, come on, there we go. Oh, that's gonna go along that side. Oops. So yeah, let's just plop you right there. But part of the reasons why we're going to be building these networks around the moon and stuff is so all of our other satellites, like those satellites can just focus on just communication and don't need to worry about having a connection back to Kerbin. Okay, so other things we need to have power. So we are going to, these before, we do have these larger trusses, which are just nice because they're like less parts for more surface area. Is that these ones were 0.3 per second. These full things will both rotate and produce a 1.6 per second. So they produce a lot more power per one. And the other ones, like we had them all around because only 50% of them would be running at a time. These ones, theoretically, they'll all be able to face the sun at the same time, which is very important. And I'm actually just gonna plop down two of these. When extended, you get to see them. Oops, I did the 3 ones. That's not what I want. I want the bigger ones. 6x1, cool. And extend. And they just come out like that. So it looks a little bit more like an actual satellite. Yeah, I mean, alternatively, we could just scale this up, theoretically. Oh, nope, that looks dumb. Like, sure, it's bigger, but wow, though that container does look dumb. We're not doing that. Oops, that is not what I want to do. Menu, and let's slap some batteries on this. Doop, and doop. And on the other side, it'll be the same. And that will be lots of good times. And you just need a little thruster here on this upper stage. And this is all, honestly, the satellite needs to, ooh, SAS, that is important. Almost forgot that. Need to be able to move around and like rotate our vehicle because these things do not really have good reaction wheels. Okay. Also, this, I believe, is number 9. Okay. If anyone has ideas for a name for this thing, let me know. So now this is our upper stage, and this is the first time we actually will have fairings. So we can go decoupler here, and on aerodynamics, I thought we had, oh no, here it is under payload. Ooh. I'm gonna be using procedural fairings because procedural fairings are the best, and I want fairing nodes 3, please. I like 3. And yeah. So we just gotta encase this entire thing in a nice little bubble that will come off when we actually want to go. So we don't have like all this like exposed electrical components and stuff anymore when we're going to orbit. So it helps with the aerodynamics of the ship. It helps it be more stable. Like we were having some instability issues earlier. It's partially because our thing was not super aerodynamic. But now it will be. Wait. So now with this, we probably just only need the I don't even know what you are supposed to be. Our sub-assemblies and our early asparagus launcher. Oops. I don't want to connect you there. I want to connect you there. It was connecting to one of the nodes up here and on this thing, and thought it needed to make it bigger. And on construction, do we have these now? Yes, we do. Okay, let's move you closer to the ground. And we can just slap some of you on here to hold it in place. And this is our rocket. So it's actually starting to look somewhat professional now. Actually, I'm gonna slap them like right here. Cool. So I want these to come off about then. You come off, you separate, you separate, you separate. We probably want you to come off like somewhere there. And yeah, so this is going to be our Kerbal scanner. Woo! It's a boring name, but or let's do Kerbal low res scanner. When you don't have a cool name, you just go with the verbose name. Coupling. Oh, we do have the better radial decoupler, so it might make a better asparagus soon. But when we want to start doing some heavier payloads. But I believe that this is all we need, and we can take this into orbit. So now, this one is going to be a little bit interesting, because normally we just start going immediately east, or yes, east, as soon as we like go off. But we're not going to do that this time. We are going to be heading west. And that is because, or not west, we're going to be heading north because we want to scan this whole planet, and we want to do it while the planet is rotating. Oh, I forgot to check what. I meant to check something in the. Let's just revert to vehicle assembly because I forgot to check. There is an optimal altitude that you run these things from, and I do not remember what that altitude is. Okay, the optimal altitude of what is you? Oh, you. Our optimal height thingamajig. Oh, here we are. Yes. Okay, I don't think it just probably doesn't have an optimal anymore. It's okay, anywhere from 5 to 500, frame of view 5,000. So yeah, we'll go probably like 3,000, 300,000 or so. That seems solid. Alrighty, we'll now try that. Do. Okay, looking at stuff. What a good day to launch a rocket. It actually would make sense to actually have these on the other side, but that'll be fine. Wait, throttle up, and I am actually going to just immediately rotate. So I am going to head the right direction. And we're going to just begin heading north. And we will need to adjust this, and like the planet is rotating, and we don't actually, so our actual velocity node is actually like not that direction. It's actually much more going like towards us, because the planet is saying, and you can switch between which one you want, but we don't actually need it. We'll adjust that rotation. Like, we have more than enough delta V on this craft that it won't be a problem. It's always weird launching these like vertical ones, and this is one of the few flights which we will be launching vertically like this, because it's like we'll still be like whenever we do these scannings elsewhere, it's I mean we'll still do the normal launch. We'll just have to we'll approach like the moon or whatever planet in a different manner, and we'll leave Kerbin the same, but only when we're doing these scans of Kerbin itself do we want to do this. Heading up into space. I think that's Minmus. Is that Minmus? Nope, that is Paul. I don't know how we can see Paul from here, but we are. Oops, and I did not pay attention to my gravity turn. I should be way more turned over by that this time. But not to do it so much. Oh, and we are out. So we're going to just leave these. And we're going to continue just burning over. And we're going to continue trying to push our maneuver node to mostly going north and just lowering that inclination. Well, actually raising the inclination. We want our inclination to be actually as close to 90 degrees as possible, in fact. And also, we don't need this fairing anymore. So this can go by as we head out into orbit. And again, we want a slightly higher orbit, so I don't mind having our apoaps pushed a bit higher. But we can lower our thing right here. And we are now in space, so normally I remember to attach these to action groups, but we need to just extend all of our solar panels and have that ready to go. And we can also, we could start doing that, but I don't feel the need to quite yet. I'm gonna keep rotating over our orbit as we start flattening out and get in that nice, clean orbital insertion. Yeah. Like, honestly, this asparagus stage is, like, kind of overkill for what we're doing here and what the payloads we're bringing into orbit. Inclination is coming up on 90 degrees. So, soon we'll just kind of move it over. It's just easier to do your inclination changes while you're going up, rather than just doing a direct inclination change when you're actually already there. And that is close enough to 90 degrees for my taste. And now we're just kind of burning slowly until we reach around our apoaps, and then we'll do a nice big burn to bring our path here into, of course, an orbit. And I was like, oh, why is it so shallow? Because our orbit is looking like this, rather than our other ones, which were like that. Yeah. Orbits. Got this new necklace that my mom got me. Oh, it's a leaf. Do. Do. This is my orbital insertion song. Yeah, like this game is just, it gets very relaxing with just like the number of orbital insertions you do. It's one of those things where it's like, if I was doing this as an actual series, I would probably like do these in fast motion or cut out the orbital insertions, because it's like we're gonna be doing a lot of these, and unless you're like planning a rendezvous, they're not super interesting, let's be completely honest. . Let's just wait a little bit until we get to the apoapse, and now let's just burn. Oh, I forgot, I need to also go and delete a bunch of space junk too. Rotate over. And now we want to bring our apoapse to be about 30,000. Oops, and this stage is out of fuel. And it's going to become more space junk because I am not a responsible space person. And now we're just going to keep raising our thing. Cool. And now we'll wait to go on the other side. But in the meantime, we can begin to start scanning here. And I believe, no, that's colonization. That's just an object. Good night. Ah, yes. We are beginning to scan and get our stuff there. So we don't really need to see our orbits. But we now have, this is an altimetry scan. So that's the kind of data we're getting. Oops, that actually seems like the better one. We don't need the full map. Don't need that. What are you? Oh, biomap. Oh, yeah, to find resources on the map. And yeah, that's all we need. But we have this one right here, which is giving us our map, which is just a low thing. We have 0.5% of it scanned. And we will just do a quick save. And we're going to wait till we go to around apoapse. And as we go around, it will start scanning all of the planet. And you can see it actually shows like the field of vision that we are actually scanning. Oops, and too far. Hey there, welcome, welcome. And we're going to rotate too far and kind of miss our burn. But that's okay, because this isn't an orbit that needs to be super precise. Like these ones, they want to be precise because we do want very circular orbits, so they don't get out of sync with each other. For this one, it's just like, we don't really care. It's just roughly 300,000 is kind of what we want to go for. Let's just wait for our next periapse. Make sure we're not losing too much fuel. Also, we did a good job of placing it. So, because probably it's like for the most of this probe's life, it will never be, it will never actually be in the shadow. Not that power will be an issue. Oops, and I meant to be at apoapse to do that. Do. Cool. And now let us just orient this thing. So it's facing the sun and it will never get caught on its own shadow. Like, sure, this thing isn't facing the planet, which is like, flavor fail, but it'll be fine. And our contract is to get 70%. Hi there. And we can also send data, and we'll get science based on like how much we've scanned. But now we could just have it run and scan more while we wait for this contract to complete, because we have almost no money. I'm doing good. Also, we can let time pass because we're not waiting on anything to have like life support. Just a nice like evening stream, doing some scanning, getting some science. Right, let's speed up time a little bit more. Gotta get everything scanned as we go around and around. 22%, 1,000 times speed. Like slowly, like painting the planet, maintaining lots of stuff. What time is it where I live? It is currently 9:30. Scan. Scan, 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 scan. Oh, that is 75%. So that is all we really needed for this contract. And hey, look, you complete this contract. Here you go. Hey there, Saul. Oh yeah, my Steam is super inaccurate too because I usually play separate modded instances and I don't play it through Steam because that's the safest way to do mods. Yeah, analyze this data and send it home. Cool, got some data. This thing is also nice for whenever we get like the missions for like gather science from Kerbin. We can always go to this probe, have it send science back, and it counts as getting that. Although I think with the science overhaul mod, it doesn't do that. We don't get those anymore. Cool. Alright, so what is our next mission? Because that mission is done. Yeah. And I have a feeling that it may be... Okay, so investigate some stuff. Those are hard. Get a mystery goo while flying low at Kerbin. Ah, that's an easy enough one to do. Like we can handle that one. That's nice and easy. Affirm a material study in space near Kerbin. Okay, we can do that. Have a scientist perform curvents in... that one's a bit more specific. Alright. Rescue some person from the orbit of Kerbin? I don't really feel the need to. How'd you get up there? Yeah, my sleeping schedule isn't the best, but it's fine. Conclude how many missions? Okay, 7 missions. Really what I want is the ones to create a ScanSat observation of the moon. Or like the explore the moon mission before we actually like start going into it a bit too much. ScanSat survey of Minimus. Might as well grab that. And Kevkov space tourism might not be bad. Like, so essentially we just gotta bring someone into space for 4 hours. We get so much money for that, and I'm feeling that. So I am all about extra money. And we can do some of the other 2 other missions. So we have ScanSat thing, we don't care about that. Rendezvous vessels, we're not doing that. But mystery goo while flying low. Material study while low in space. ScanSat and Mimus don't care. And kick off space tourism, which essentially we just gotta bring someone into space for tourism purposes. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I'm here in the Seattle area. Okay, so this will be number... Oh, we need a piece first. So I'm actually not going to have one of my own Kerbins on this. We're going to have a command pod, but it is going to... Actually, that looks weird. Let's have you to be core. But there's going to be no one in it. We're going to be flying this entirely with a computer. Because the person in here is going to be Tito, who is our guy, because we don't really have a good, like, inline, because we could, like, do, like, this, but that looks really dumb. So we're not going to do that. Other things we will need a parachute. Let's get a real chute. Can we, like, adjust you now? Oops, I did not mean to switch editor. Like, do you work? Where is my adjustment for you? Toggle info. Yep, I know that. I know all that. Okay, Real Shoot just doesn't want me to use their parachutes. That's fine. You get a fancy little stock parachute instead. Cool. We are using a core, so we probably do want some batteries. Yep. Nope. That's not what I want. There we go. And gotta get some. We'll just get some nice solar panels. Just plopped on there because we need solar panels because solar energy is useful. And we will. The science experiments we need. So we need material study, and we're gonna be cheeky and scale it down. And we have goo, which, yeah, we'll just slap the goo right there. We have 2 goos, but that's fine. Yeah. And we will... Oh, that's a bigger decoupler. That one. Cool. And finally, we probably want an... Oh, probably before the decoupler, is that we will be re-entering. Also... Oh, wait, that has rotation, so we don't need... The computer can use the rotation even if it isn't, that command module is not being used. Not a tiny heat shield, we need a bigger heat shield. We need a heat shield like that. And this way it's also like all contained. Unless we already have, no, we do not have the contained one for, there's a smaller version of this module that goes into the universal storage containers, but we do not have that yet. So, payload, we just want a procedural fairing. And we're gonna make that fairing nodes 3. Because I just find like 3 is a good number for that. And we're gonna pop you away. Just double check, make sure we have everything we need. We have power, we have person, we have the science we need. Okay, we're good. And this is 010. Yeah, okay. So next up, probably just like a small upper stage. Nothing too fancy. Like, move it around. Where are you? There you go. Nope, not that one. That one. And probably then just our standard asparagus staging. Like, there's no reason that we shouldn't use this because we already have it built. And I should probably add this to some simile, but that's effort. Okay, these decouplers that activates that engine. We have that. Oh. This fairing should probably be before this decoupler. And parachute. And yeah, cool. This is our tourism vessel. And that should be all we need. So we just gotta bring this guy up to space for 4 hours and bring him back down. Did I just use the carbonate fuel tank for my upper stage? No, I did not. Thank you for checking, because I made that mistake. But we're good. That would have been embarrassing to like get to the upper atmosphere and be like, haha, you have the wrong, whatchamacallit? So this one just requires an altitude of 75,000, and I'm probably just gonna do a standard 10,000, 100,000. Wow, eyes, calm down. Ooh, I need new glasses. Oh, and it is dark. And also we don't need your scan thing anymore. Bring you up. Hi Tito, are you ready to go to space? Because you're rich and you paid people to go to space. What was your problem? We have no, it lost all connection because we did not put a satellite We did not put a communications thing to guide our satellite. Okay. Do. Okay. That was embarrassing. Just lost connection. Okay, let's try that again. Let's run that back. Okay. Alright, Tito. That didn't happen. Let's go to space now, for real. And not just fall. Ooh, that's a good shot of the moon. You're not going to the moon. You're just going to orbit. Oh, also... I need a material study at low? Or was material study in space? Oh, nope, it was material study at... Oh, we did not put a Kerbal engineer on that. Oh, wow, I'm just forgetting everything on this vessel. It's like, where's all my data for figuring that out? Also, we're gonna have to figure out how we're gonna get the goo. Because getting to that goo is kind of hard. Okay, so... I guess we could do the goo on the way down. Let's do the goo on the way down. That makes more sense. And it'll probably be easier. Because the fairings will be off. And we will be going down for a while. Third time's the charm.